Okay, we are jumping right back into it today, and what we are going to do is the grind on Uber Eats to Diamond. You heard me right. The ugly grind to Diamond for Uber Eats. We've never done it before. We're going to see how good it is. We only have until July 31st to get there, so maybe we might not get all the way there. Hopefully we'll climb a tier or two, keep our fingers and toes crossed, but sit back, relax, and strap on your seatbelt. The grind begins now. All right, and our first offer of the day is some crummy Albertsons, 6 items for 1.5 miles for some nonsense for 6 and some change. And then while we're approaching Albertsons, we got this, $4 for 1 item for another 1.5 miles. And like I said before, this is probably going to be the grind of the garbage. So we're pulling in here to Albertsons. Let's shop. And we're finished with the shopping. While we were in there, we got a third add-on. So the first drop off is 1 gallon of milk. The second is like 6 items, and the third is like 2 or 3 items. It's going to pay total like $14. It's not horrible, and it's short distance, so we're not too upset. If it had just been the first one for $6, I might be mildly upset, but you know what? I told you this was going to be the grind, and we're going to grind it out with the garbage and all that stuff. So now let's get this stuff delivered. And we're on our way to take this first drop off. It is the gallon of milk. All right, here we are. We've been instructed to leave it at the fence, and we'll leave it at the fence. And we're back in the car. We're racing off to the second one. This is going to be the flowers and some candy. Oh, yep, we found the place. Let's get in there. Oh, man, up a flight of stairs in the summer in Vegas is not pleasant. Let's just leave this right over here on this welcome mat, snap us a photo, and we're out of here. And off to the third one. This was pretty easy. Like I said, we took 3 inside Albertsons, and now we're approaching the final drop off, and then we'll check out what we get paid. It is actually a beautiful day here in Vegas. I don't know why people order delivery sometimes. It's nice to get out in the blue sky and the 90-degree days of Vegas when it's not 100 degrees, and here we are, and we made $14.80. Not too bad for about 40 minutes of work. All right, and the next one we get after the groceries from Albertsons is 3 items. Walgreens, which is right in front of us, as you can see, maybe a mile. $12 and some change. That's a great one. You should never reject those, especially from Walgreens. It's usually 3 easy items. So here we are. We're going to pull in and we're going to start shopping. All right, and here we are with the Walgreens. It is 3 items. Includes some medicine. We're going to have to check ID. C'est la vie. It is what it is. But it was very easy. 3 items. $12.07. 1.5 miles. All right, next up is Dairy Queen. 0.9 miles, $5.63. All right, we grabbed a Dairy Queen and we're out of there, over the bridge of 95 into the first neighborhood to the left. And then all you gotta do is drop it up here at the door, and then we get paid. Look at that, $5.63, 7 minutes and 13 seconds. All right, and we no sooner dropped off that Dairy Queen, and then we got beckoned right back across the bridge, but to the other side of the street. Pizza Guys, $7.57, 1.3 miles. All right, we're on our way. It'll only take just a second because it was literally just right down the street, and this gentleman is waiting for it, and there's no cash tip in hand, but we're happy to drop it off to him and get another order complete. All right, and the next order we have was 0.5 mile from where we were. Crispy crunchy chicken, never been here before. It's inside this AM/PM, and then it goes 4 miles, and then we got an add-on for 2 deliveries for Mediterranean Grill after that. We picked those up. We give all the details for that when we're finished, but here we are, crunchy chicken, whatever it is. We'll pick this up I think they'll have us go to Mediterranean Grill and then drop all 3 off. We'll see how that goes. All right, and just when I thought I was getting slow, they gave me a double add-on, plus 1044, 6.5 miles, Mediterranean Greek Grill. And here we are at the chicken drop-off, the Krusty Chicken, the Chicken Krusty. It is a school employee. Asked us to meet him by these doors, drop it off. Must be their dinner. Right, this is the first Mediterranean Grill drop-off. Hey, what's up, buddy? Sebastian?
Yeah.
All right, there you go, bud.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too. Take care. All right, we arrived with the last Mediterranean Grill. All right, what we have next is Albertsons. I did not catch the mileage. The total is like 13 and some change. We will get back to that later on. But in between, and if you're wondering why the sun and it's darker, I've been doing some Instacart. There's been some bangers from Albertsons, which is unusual for a Monday. So you gotta take them like 7 items for $15 to go a mile. You can't say no to those. Also, after this one, I am going to probably just record and summate later. I probably won't do individual deliveries. We'll see how that goes. The other fact of the matter that I have is that this video will contain Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and today, Monday. I did a few deliveries each day, and it wasn't that great. I did the majority of it last night, and you'll see. I was legitimately taking $2 orders, everybody. It was pretty gross. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to grind out these tiers, and that's how they get you. They get you looped in or hooked in and reeled in like a big old fish, you know? And that's what I am right now. I got the hook in and we're going. But I'm not just doing it solo. I will squeeze in whatever else is better. And if we get to the gold tier, I'll be happy. If we get to the platinum tier, I'll be extra happy. And diamond for this quarter, I don't think is going to be attainable. We'll try it next quarter. We'll see. But right around this corner here is Albertsons, and we'll get in there and we'll get these 13 items and we'll get it dropped off and move on. All right, you see we are about to pull in the parking lot of Albertsons. We turn right here. Here's CVS, Albertsons on the other side. We're going to go in and shop for these items and get them delivered to the customer. And here we are on the way to the customer. It is getting dark out. We will need our flashlight, haha. And here we are at 1352, 4.5 miles, about a half hour. Not bad. And next up on the list is Burger King and Ojai Steakhouse. Yes, Burger King does not have their lights on. I pulled up. I wasn't even sure if they were open, for crying out loud. And here we have it. Now we're on our way to Ojai. This is a double order for the same customer. $6 and some change if I remember correctly. And here we are inside Ojai Steakhouse. It was a 10-minute extra wait because the food was not ready. And here we are, huffing and puffing up the stairs. It is on the 3rd floor with no elevator. Yes, I'm old. I need an elevator. Haha. Anyways, let's get this over to the customer's door and then we'll get paid. And yes, it is the last door on the right side of the hallway. Here we are. We'll step back, take a screenshot. $6, 2.5 miles, 20 minutes. Not bad. All right, and then that concludes tonight's shift, everyone. It was not great. And again, this was a combination of Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, just because every time I went out there, it was not that great. And this is turning into be a grind. I did some off camera and I just want to share those with you. First one we have here is $4. Again, I'm just taking some of these because I need deliveries to get the points. It's only a couple miles. It was McDonald's. It's really fast, but I generally am not going to take those, and I don't suggest that you take those either. And then right after that, the next one that we have that is another terrible offer is $4 for 1.5 miles or so. This one isn't that great, and you're going to say, why are these terrible? They're really not. You're getting more than $2 a mile, which is what we strive for. It just is frustrating sometimes when it could be another $1 or $2 on the tip and make it even that much better, everyone. Next on the list is another $4 offer. It is, the broken record. It's not terrible, but it's not great at the same token. And then next on the list is going to be $7.63 for 2 deliveries from a Taco Bell. Just, basically $3.50 or so a delivery, right in the same area I was at anyway. I'm just saying, it's 10:30, 11 o'clock on a Sunday night these offers were coming in, and it's not generally good. So I suggest staying away from Sunday nights after 10 o'clock, at least here in the Northwest Vegas area. And then the Piece de la Resistance was another Taco Bell, $2. This one really upset me a little bit because it was hand to a customer, and then they're all smiles, and, oh thanks, have a good night, and 0 tip, because that was definitely a 0 tip offer, everyone. If you don't think that DoorDash rewards program and Uber Eats, rewards, whatever they're calling it, their tier system, is not a grind, it is a grind, everyone. If it was so easy, everybody would have it and do it, and it's not. And we've done videos last year, May of 2024, when they released the Dasher Rewards program. I had Platinum for 2 months or so, and it was turned into hashtag Platinum sucks. And you're going to say, well, Wiz, why are you doing the Uber Eats one? Well, because I want to do it, and it's, I'm not going to say it's fun, but it's fun, and we're just going to find out if you are truly going to do a little bit better by delivering more for these companies. I think the answer should be yes, but with the DoorDash Platinum, we found out that it sucked. And we never had any good luck with it at all. Just bad offer, bad offer, bad offer. And you got to try to stay above 70%. I believe the Uber Eats is 50% with the 600 points for gold, 1,200 points for platinum, and then 1,800 points for diamond, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get diamond. Probably not even going to get platinum this quarter because it ends July 31st. So the following quarter, 3 months, we will definitely try to get diamond, and will get diamond without any efforts. And I will do rideshare as well to make sure that that happens. Anyhow, thanks for joining me on this vlog ride along. It was not a lot of money, and if you're wondering about totals, we're just going to go with like 17-18 bucks an hour, and maybe $1.25 to $1.50 a mile, maybe $1.75. So we're not even going to add it all up because that's not what this video is about. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.